Thelma Plum, an Indigenous Australian artist from Brisbane, has carved out a space for herself in the Australian music landscape by blending personal narratives with broader cultural themes. Her music captures both deeply personal emotions and universal messages, often rooted in her experiences as a proud Gamilaraay woman. Reflecting on her growth as an artist, she has spoken about how her work has matured since her early songs. She acknowledges the raw vulnerability in her debut album, Better in Blak, which explores themes of identity, resilience, and systemic challenges faced by Indigenous communities in Australia. One of the standout tracks, Homecoming Queen, delves into her feelings of invisibility as an Indigenous woman in Australian media while celebrating survival and perseverance. The line, in 1967, "I wasn't human," alludes to the historical marginalization of Aboriginal people, referencing the referendum that finally recognized them as part of the Australian population. It's a reminder of how recent these struggles are and how they shape contemporary identities. In an interview, Plum emphasized her intent to ensure these narratives reach broader audiences, blending storytelling with the soulful textures of her music. Better in Blak earned critical acclaim, receiving multiple ARIA nominations and a gold certification. Collaborations on this album with artists like Dave Luapeep of Gang of Youths highlight the depth of her songwriting. For example, Love and War was inspired by raw emotions following the airing of a report on injustices in Indigenous detention centers. Written in collaboration with Luapeep, it channels grief and anger into art. Beyond her music, Plum's advocacy for diversity within the Australian music industry has made her a prominent voice. She often highlights the work of other artists of color, like Briggs and Miss Blanks, in pushing for systemic change. While she's optimistic about progress, she's clear-eyed about the labor it requires, particularly for marginalized communities. Plum's fashion and style also mirror her artistry, authentic, bold, and often inspired by her cultural heritage. From wearing vibrant prints on stage to choosing nostalgic 90s-inspired aesthetics for her Mean Gene EP, her visual identity enhances the stories she tells through music. This EP is steeped in themes of home, memory, and connection, with tracks like Baby Blue Bicycle painting vivid images of her upbringing. Her journey from releasing her debut tracks at 17 to now performing alongside icons like Paul Kelly reflects not only artistic growth, but also her ability to resonate with audiences across generations. Plum has shared how performing live, despite initial nerves, brings her joy and connection. The energy of her performances, paired with her commitment to honest storytelling, solidifies her place as a force in Australian music. Thelma Plum's music transcends entertainment. It's a dialogue about identity, belonging, and change. By channeling her experiences and heritage into her work, she invites listeners to reflect, empathize, and celebrate the stories that define us all. For a closer look at her music and activism, tracks like Better in Blak and her new EP Mean Gene provide both sonic beauty and profound insight. For more about her journey and recent projects, you can read her interviews with Grazia and Pilerats, which explore her evolving artistry and the narratives behind her most impactful songs.